If this is your first time on my channel, welcome Red Heart. I try to give you really good content every day. If you like it, subscribe now, so I know you're on my side. The live cameras captured another conflict between Jessica Tarof and Greg Gutfeld on the 5. For years, their on-air conflict has focused on immigration, criminality, and political accountability. However, this debate was not routine. As the conversation became personal and voices increased, real-time control slipped. Tarlov was hauled off set after producers intervened and cut the cameras. Fox does not disregard incidents that cross a line. A heated disagreement between Fox News co-hosts Jessica Tarlov and Greg Goodfeld has become a topic of discussion after producers reportedly asked Tarlov to leave the stage on TV. The altercation occurred amid a heated discussion about immigration, presidential leadership, and Donald Trump's political resurgence. The hosts debated Trump's immigration rhetoric, with Goodfeld saying that voter support resulted from irritation with gamed institutions like asylum and birthright citizenship regulations. Tarlov disagreed and argued that there is a distinction between undocumented immigrants and legal residents. She struggled to communicate due to Gutfeld's interruptions and defense of Trump's leadership style. The speaker commended Trump's media participation and pace, contrasting with President Biden's quieter approach. In the heated debate, Goodfeld cited polling data to claim that Trump's rollback of Biden-era measures, such as DEI initiatives, enforcement, and transgender sports participation, demonstrates overwhelming public support. Tarlov quickly denounced the moral consequences of majority rule. She warned against faux populism masked as harshness. Her comments were welcomed with sarcastic laughter from the audience, perhaps contributing to her anger. When discussing social welfare and work culture, Tarlov defended vulnerable Americans, causing a rift in the discourse. The discussion escalated into a heated argument, prompting the producers to remove Tarof and go to commercial. Notably, Jessica Tarlov and Greg Goodfeld have previously clashed on several themes. They differ in their political views, with her being liberal and him being conservative. Clashes on numerous themes, such as the Charlie Kirk scenario, occur frequently. In September 2025, Fox News' The 5 co-hosts Tarlov and Goodfeld had a heated discussion about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. While speaking at an event, Turning Point USA founder Kirk died, sparking a heated discussion. Tarlov, a vocal liberal, cautioned against broad assertions about political instability throughout the panel. The speaker stated that making any claims about the case requires proof and context. She argued that political instability is not limited to one side of the political spectrum, citing tragedies such as the killing of Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman. Goodfeld promptly disregarded her statement. The speaker stopped Tarlov to ask why recent high-profile episodes of violence seem to be primarily from the left. In response to Tarlov's question concerning references to previous occurrences, Goodfeld abruptly dismissed the idea of a two-sided argument. The conversation immediately grew hostile. Goodfeld wondered if viewers were familiar with Hortman before her death, suggesting that she received less media exposure than Kirk. He dismissed Tarlov's argument, stating, "That issue is over." However, this simply exacerbated her distress. The online attention was drawn to the duo's public battle over facts during a sensitive national moment. However, this is not their first disagreement over the both sides issue. During hosting The 5, the anchors disagree on examining both perspectives. Another horrific dispute arose during a heated debate about abortion policies. In a September 2024 episode of The 5, Tarlov and Goodfeld again debated abortion issue, a major ideological divide in the country. The discussion began when Goodfeld stated that abortion regulation had been delegated to states by President Trump and the Supreme Court, making it less relevant in the approaching election. He stated that abortion is no longer a national issue, literally. This means women voters don't need to prioritize it solely. He stated that the issue today relates to local electorates rather than presidential politics. Tarof fiercely disputed the premise and truthfulness of Gutfeld's statement. She cited Trump's recent remarks. As in Florida, he first supported extending abortion limitations beyond 6 weeks, but later retracted his statements. Then she said, "Why did Trump change his mind?" Trump was contradictory in his stance and political rhetoric about reproductive rights, according to her. When in dispute, the two individuals often talk past each other and interrupt each other. The debate was framed by Gutfeld in broader electoral terms. Tarlov emphasized real-world implications and political shifts, while Gutfeld portrayed the issue as diffused and not central to national decision-making. Tarlov argued that shifting positions and state restrictions kept abortion in political discourse. Gutfeld and Tarlov have had numerous confrontations, sometimes becoming too personal. Gutfeld made a harsh statement, prompting Tarlov to respond. In a 2022 episode of The Five, Fox News co-hosts Gutfeld and Tarlov clashed over the tone and intensity during a discussion of Elon Musk's social media and the Paul Pelosi assault. The panel discussed Musk's deleted tweet in reaction to Hillary Clinton's remark, with Tarlov condemning misinformation speed and Gutfeld labeling Musk's comments as provocative trolling. During the exchange, Gutfeld informed Tarlov, "Look at you. You seem overly emotional," suspecting her reaction was too influenced. Upon his statement, the audience screamed in amazement and was shocked. Tarlov countered that a higher-pitched voice and excitement for a story did not indicate emotional excess, contending that it was simply estrogen. However, stating that she was excessively emotional was inaccurate due to the charged connotations of this term across genders. Jesse Waters, another co-host, joked that Gutfeld had warned a woman she was too emotional. During the conversation, Tarlov made a light-hearted but important reminder, adding, "HR watches this." As she reminded him of business rules and training, the other hosts laughed. This led Gutfeld to joke, "Is that a threat? Good for you." Though passionate, the exchange did not halt the segment, unlike when Tarlov was removed from set. After the clip went viral on social media, it was widely discussed. Although viewers have come to expect the debate between the two because they are the biggest opponents on the show, many are curious about their personal lives. Insiders say Tarlov and Gutfeld's relationship is more than just animosity, with aspects of mutual respect, professional collegiality, and personal support. Although the dramatic verbal sparring on television is sometimes seen as personal hatred, insiders have revealed a different dynamic off-camera. Tarlov and Gutfeld frequently debate political problems, including political conflict, immigration, and presidential leadership. These intense debates often result in considerable audience reactions. It is important to remember that the Five's format encourages ideological debate between liberal and conservative panelists. Tarlov stated that the show's dynamic resembles conversations with friends and family with diverse viewpoints. She does not completely dislike anyone, especially Gutfeld. They are not enemies off-camera, but they are not close friends either. When Tarlov came to the studio after her father's death, Gutfeld offered her sympathies and support, encouraging her to take her time and reassuring her of the team's support. This is surprising given their frequent fiery debates on TV. According to sources, panelists on the show must get along to maintain chemistry, even if they argue on screen. The show's chemistry has been debated, but it's important to understand that Tarlov and Gutfeld's intense disputes are part of their professional dynamic and not personal animosity. Gutfeld acknowledges his occasional anger as part of their on-air dynamic and that he and Jesse Waters enjoy Tarof. He also stated that their feelings are mutual. Tarlov is considered as a liberal contrast to conservative anchor Tarlov on Fox News. Despite big on-air conflicts, including the September 2025 debate on political violence, the two have reconciled publicly. Gutfeld apologized for his inappropriate tone, citing a personal matter, while Tarlov underlined that she was not unhappy with him. Their encouraging gestures and pleasant backstage behavior create a working rapport that enhances discussions without revealing personal enmity. Interestingly, Fox News covers other rivalries as well. Many Fox News viewers are aware of the rivalry between Gutfeld and Brian Kilmeade. Another highly publicized rivalry exists between Greg Gutfeld and Brian Kilmeade. The dynamics of Fox News are complex, involving on-air banter, many styles, and self-aware humor instead of genuine content. Animosity. One of the 5 co-hosts and host of Goodfeld is known for his snarky and aggressive style. Thus, it's understandable that Fox producers ordered Tarlov to leave due to her upset. Kill Me, a Fox and Friends host, employs a classic, honest approach to broadcast journalism. Differences in tones and approaches have led to verbal conflicts on television, punctuated by jokes, interruptions, and pointed remarks that reflect their distinct characters. Gutfeld's humor sometimes interrupts or undercuts Kill Me's straight-faced analysis, especially evident in panel discussions where Gutfeld's quick wit pushes back against Kill Me's delivery. An intriguing moment occurred when Gutfeld quipped that Fox and Friends could support Kill Me. This comment elicited tremendous crowd reaction and highlighted the conflict between the two. Both hosts concede that on-air tension and competition are manipulated for entertainment purposes. While discussing Gutfeld's book, Kill Me grinned and asked Goodfeld, "What's wrong with you? Why are you so interested in me?" Goodfeld mentioned to Riley that people would worry if they weren't enamored with someone. Kill Me stated that the jokes did not disturb him, showing a friendly rivalry. Behind the scenes, Goodfeld and Kill Me share a positive and mutual connection. Goodfeld faces competition from others. Tarlov competes with other Fox News hosts. First, Jesse Waters, who is close to Goodfeld on the show. On the 5, Jessica Tarlov and Jesse Waters have had heated clashes, highlighting their ideological differences and the show's opinionated style. Public attention has been drawn to their strong language and tension in their dealings. During an immigration policy discussion, Waters took a tough stance, saying they were unlawful, leading to a famous clash with Jessica. Tarof challenged his framing by citing undocumented immigrants without criminal convictions. Initially a policy dispute, it swiftly descended into personal attacks. Tarlov responded with a dig at Waters' lifestyle, adding, "Who's going to do your manicure?" Their disagreement became so passionate that the producers signaled a cut when their voices increased. As the discussion became personal, they had to take a break. Their clashes have taken other forms, too. During an argument over COVID-19 vaccine availability under Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tarlov criticized Waters for not preparing adequately and challenged his skepticism about vaccine eligibility requirements. Waters inquired about who couldn't acquire a COVID-19 shot, and Tarlov vehemently expressed dissatisfaction and directness regarding their interaction. In addition to immigration and public health, the pair have engaged in disputes where Tarlov's policy arguments have been met with Waters' dismissive comments or mockery, causing internet reactions. Tarlov frequently engages in on-screen conflicts with Fox News anchors such Jeanine Pirro. On the 5, Tarlov and Jeanine Pirro have had harsh on-air encounters due to ideological disagreements and communication styles, often leading to show deterioration. During a debate on immigration policy, Tarlov and Pirro clearly clashed on the interpretation of lawful asylum and enforcement. Tarlov advocated for due process under U.S. law and questioned Pirro on whether unauthorized entry could be granted asylum. Pirro insisted on legal admission as the only acceptable due process. This resulted in a heated exchange between the two. A significant exchange occurred in 2025 during a discussion regarding the New Orleans automobile incident. Tarlov disputed Pirro's reporting, arguing that the attacker was an American citizen, not an illegal immigrant, and accused Republicans of shifting the narrative towards border instability. Pirro pushed back vigorously, insisting she was not making claims about immigration status and arguing that crime linked to illegal immigration was still a serious concern. The conversation heated up as both speakers interrupted and corrected each other. Fox News insiders reported a conflict that escalated to the point that the production team intervened to reduce tension. According to accounts, both hosts were shouting over one another, with Pirro trying to finish her arguments and Tarlov refusing to stop. Concerned about Durham's breakdown, producers abruptly went to commercial. Tarlov was unexpectedly gone from the set when the show restarted, sparking viewer suspicion. Another shocking Fox rivalry. News anchors Juan Williams and Jeanine Pirro have had heated debates on TV. Fox News panel discussion show, On the 5. Juan Williams and Jeanine Pirro have had heated comments on air, particularly during discussions on Donald Trump's impeachment. Though not personally antagonistic, their disagreements on live TV have shown how combative political talk shows can spark heated debates. In a notable confrontation during the impeachment inquiry, liberal panelist Williams cited ABC News Ipsos polling indicating a majority of Americans disagreed with Trump's request for a foreign leader to investigate a political rival. Pirro, a conservative former judge and Trump supporter, disputed his interpretation. She stated that Democrats were dismissing impeachment as a rumor, rather than a legitimate process, and undermining the opposition's agenda. Williams cited the survey and urged attention to the impeachment hearings. Discussion heated very quickly. Pirro snapped, "Don't tell me to stop," during the 30-second shouting match between the hosts. Williams replied, "As a judge, you should know better." Pirro screamed, "Avoid that area. Avoid going there." The shouting match was so severe that co-hosts like Waters intervened to redirect the show back to the greater discourse and resolve the disagreement. The furious exchange was widely reported as a significant scandal. Constant on-air conflicts amongst co-hosts are a hallmark of the Five's dynamic. Jessica Tarlov was removed from the set by Fox producers following a violent confrontation with Greg Gutfeld, resulting in heated responses from fans and media. The show's format, which pairs liberal voices like Jessica Tarlov and Juan Williams with conservative ones like Greg Goodfeld, Jesse Waters, and Jeanine Pirro, ensures robust debate on divergent political views. Debates often evolve into heated exchanges over episodes. In a recent gun control discussion, Juan Williams advocated for closing loopholes and increasing mental health facilities. Co-hosts Waters and Goodfeld frequently interrupted him, disputing his claims and framing, leading to rapid crosstalk. Media analysts rank the 5 cable news programs with the most intensely debated panel discussions of the year, particularly after important national events and political flashpoints. A notable instance was the debate between Tarlov and Goodfeld over Charlie Kirk's assassination. Many argue that the Five's attraction stems from their frequent conflicts. The show thrives on a spirited debate and clash of opinions, engaging audiences. Indeed, they frequently interrupt and challenge each other's facts. Tarlov and Goodfeld have had a long-standing conflict throughout the years. On whose side are you? Please share your opinions in the comments. Thank you for viewing, and see you in the future video.